Welcome to the Dementialand Serial Podcast, a story for everyone who knows someone living in or near Dementialand. My name is Suzka, and this is my story. Welcome to the Dementialand Podcast, The Residence. The hospital moved my mother into the Aged Oaks Pavilion, a temporary stay for only 10 days, antibiotic treatment for her meningitis encephalitis. They'll give her a massive amount of antibiotics for the infection, but they really can't do much for the dementia. The damage is already done. As I mentioned in a previous episode, my mother did not take to the move or her stay, and she made it very well known to everyone. An orderly walked into the room shortly after hearing the commotion. He never questioned how things got tossed around or how an entire pitcher of water was lying wounded on the floor in its own liquid. He simply began mopping up the water with a towel he grabbed from the bathroom. Behind him, a small crowd of curious residents stood very close together, like a bunch of bananas on an animated spy mission. A little man, dressed in an oversized flannel, was the first to enter the room. His face was like a cod. His color was like a new potato. He had bug eyes and was completely bald.
Is she okay?
Oh, yes, of course. She's fine. My mother is just fine. We're just airing out a few things. A little bald man looked down and stared strangely at my boots. Oh, no. That's paint. You see, I'm a painter. I'm an artist. I get a little messy when I paint sometimes. Believe me, it's red paint. It's not blood. It's dried paint. The entire group, as well as my mother, seemed to be spending an unfavorable amount of time looking down at my boots, except for B, of course, my mother's temporary roommate for her 10-day sentence at the Aged Oaks Pavilion. She was still lying in her bed in a coma-like state. Honest, it's red paint. A little bit of orange specks on the side. See right here? Paint red is my favorite color. I can't paint anything without adding a little bit of red, even if it's just a smidgen at the last minute. It's like my trademark. The crowd showed no signs of believing anything I said. My mother appeared to be crossing over to the other side in the overall concerns for my attire. No one said a word for the longest time. Oh, come on now. If it were blood, it'd be maroon around the edges. See, I'm an artist. I've painted blood dozens times, so I know, and it doesn't look anything like this. I do not know why I kept talking. I told myself, shut up, for God's sake. The little bald man kept looking at me. I didn't notice that I was noticing until he looked back at me and spoke.
Pitiful.
What is he talking about? Behind him, a lady wearing a chenille robe and bunny slippers burst into tears. With no accompanying sound, I smiled at her out of pure benevolence. Oh, everything is fine. I'm sorry we disturbed you. This is my mother, Violet. She's just moving in. She's a lovely lady, sweet and quiet, really. She's no troublemaker, and you'll get to love her. Oh, and she's got candy, by the way. I frantically started looking around for those stupid bags of candy that my mother gives to anyone she takes a liking to. The bald man then turned his head around and reported his evaluation of the situation to a small, curious crowd behind him.
She's a new one.
She's a new one.
She's
He
new.
said she's new.
She's new here. I think he said he just moved in.
I don't know what he said. I can't hear a damn thing.
What did he say? She's new.
Oh, I once had a she's new.
I thought dogs were not allowed. Not Shih Tzu. She's new. She's a new resident. She just moved in.
I heard what you said. I'm not deaf.
Woman in a bed seems okay, but that girl with the bloody boots is a strange one. I hope she's not moving in with her.
If she's moving in, I want some protection. Louis in 412 knows people. I'm gonna go talk to him.
Are you talking about Frances? She lives in 412. Now she knows people. Her husband was an undertaker.
What's a bloody boot girl doing now? I can't see.
I didn't know Louis and Franco lived together.
Francis, not Franco.
Are Looney and Francis gay?
May I have your attention? The Wheel of Fortune game will begin in 20 minutes. Please allow enough time to travel to the main dining room. Cookies and punch will be served at the end of the game. We hope you enjoy the Aged Oaks Wheel of Fortune game night.
Time to go. Show's over. Move aside. Let me through.
Careful, you're stepping on my rope.
Every Sunday, there are 2 activities scheduled at the same time at the Aged Oaks Pavilion. A prayer service held in a small room that was primarily used as a patient-doctor lounge on Mondays through Fridays, and the Wheel of Fortune game service in the main dining room that had a seating capacity of 150.
Okay, I'm spending the night, Suzka. Hurry up, get my purse. Follow him, and stay close to the bald guy.
Oh, this is good. This is very, very good, I told myself. Surely this is a game changer. I wheeled that little lady out in the hall's traffic as quick as I could. My Chicago driving experience served me well.
Suzka, come on, hurry. Get in that other lane. This one's too slow. Move over to the right. Get in between them. Come on, hurry up. I want to get a good seat.
I wheeled my mother into the dining room that was set up into a mini game show studio. On the far end of the room, a white bedsheet was tacked and draped from one column to another. Perched across the top were colored clothespins, clipping large cards to the sheet. Blank cards to the eyes of the anxious audience. Their backs, though, were marked with one letter, a clue to the answer in the Wheel of Fortune's sacred message to the flock. Oh, this is good. This is very, very good. Thank you for listening. You gotta know where this is going. The next episode is the Wheel of Fortune game night at the Aged Oaks. It's gonna be a good one. Don't miss it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Share and like this podcast. It keeps my creative juices going. My name is Suzka.